Hey, Fort Wayne and Columbia City. Have you ever noticed that life can get pretty loud? From barking dogs to loud concerts to busy streets, the whole world seems noisy. Even at your own house, you can't escape the noise. That's why you've been shocked when you hit a bump while driving and your car suddenly got much louder. If you check under your car, you might be disappointed to find that you're going to need a new muffler. So to quiet all this noise, today I'm going to teach you how to replace your muffler with Reece. If you're like me when it comes to cars, you might be kind of clueless, but maybe not as bad as some people. Still, if you're afraid that professional mechanics might be too expensive, try going to a junkyard where they'll have lower standards. While you're there, you might become enamored with the skeletal remains of what used to be people's everyday cars. But as you look around, instead of finding a car just like yours to get a muffler from, you just find a bunch of old vans with interesting things in the back. As your hope of repairing your muffler is almost shattered, you might try to convince yourself that a loud car isn't so bad. Lots of people seem to enjoy it. And if you're like me, you certainly don't mind loud noises. You might go to a lot of concerts. Some of them are well attended, some of them aren't, and some of them are by actual children in a middlecore band. You've spent your whole life noticing and appreciating sounds, like wind rustling through trees without leaves, or how your tire inflator sounds like a black metal song. You even like sounds that other people think are unpleasant, like all the alarms you heard in Baltimore, or your old cat's terrible meow. To you, all these sounds are beautiful. Baby goats, waves, a song fest at a local church. Your tolerance of so many sounds might make you think that you may not need to replace your muffler at all. But when your roommate took a job with an audiology company, you may have learned that your constant exposure to loud noises puts you at extremely high risk for hearing loss later in life. This might have inspired you to buy earplugs for all the concerts you go to, and it might even be enough to make you live a quieter life altogether. After all, so many of the most beautiful and meaningful moments in your life have been silent or very quiet. But still, you can't help feeling that sometimes silence is unsettling. Something about silent rooms makes you feel uneasy and alone. You might even start to think that this fear of silence permeates your entire life. Every December, you write down 52 things that you want to do in the next year. Then you assign them to playing cards and draw a card each week. They've led you to watch sunsets, drive over 100 miles on bicycles with attached motors, randomly choose 3 countries and cook their national dishes, and spend 24 hours in a U-Haul in a Walmart parking lot. But you might start to worry that you're doing all of these things because you fear a silence in your own life. Maybe you're so afraid of that silence that you decide to live as loudly as possible. But even then, you still might feel like you have it flipped around. Maybe when you were in the library pondering your relationship with silence, you came across a book by Aristotle. In it, he claims that nothing is good in its own right, but anything is only good in moderation. Courage, for example, if you have too much of it, is recklessness, but with too little, it's cowardice. Likewise, too much confidence is conceit, but too little is self-loathing. You may start to think that this is the solution to your fear of silence in your life. A life that's too loud may hurt you, but a life that is too quiet is hardly worth living. So look for a balance. Stay away from the strong stuff, but still go out at night. And for your hearing, play it safe, but still live loudly. As for the muffler, this was a busy week, but a good one. Things were loud, and maybe when they quiet down, you may finally figure out how to replace your muffler. I'm Alex Reece. Thanks for watching.